Love it because it's good. Get more good people there versus the silly circus on TikTok. But TikTok's okay too. It's a good platform to try to reach people. Unfortunately, we don't always get to reach them because they're scrolling so much. It's kind of crazy. So good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Let's have some fun at the same time. Okay, why did you do that? Anyway, we'll figure this out in a second. There you go. All right. So good morning, Jay. How we doing today? The ultimate goal is we get to play the game to win. We want to play that game every day, every day, every day. I don't want this to be backwards today. My fingers, there we go. My fingers are too fat. When I type things, type double digits and things. So anyway, good morning. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about rebuilding your personal credit as a CFO, Chief Financial Officer. It's not hard to do, but you have to understand. You have to look up the Fair Lending Act. So we have to understand things. Sorry, my eye is all puffed up. I got allergic to something the other day and my face blew up, ears, and all kinds of crazy stuff. But again, all right, if you can deal with that, you can deal with me and have some fun. You got to always fight through the pain, people. That's how it works. So good morning, Jay. Good morning, Jake. How are we doing today? Okay, we have Jesse here too as well. All right, so we're going to talk about that SS what? 4 and SS5. The ability to play the game to win, because that's what our goal is. So we want to win the game of business. All right, most of you, you take your LLC or your LLP, your C corporation, whatever you have, or nonprofit or PC, and you start it. That's okay to use taxable money, but that's how you get started. You get your paycheck. Unfortunately, the most disappointing thing for us as consumers is we get a paycheck and it's taxed before we get the money. And that kind of freaks us out. Unfortunately, they didn't explain it to us as we were kids. And I wanted to tear it apart anyway. What happens with me is I literally was born in a taxi, was put in a trash can as a kid. Mommy and daddy didn't want me. They weren't married at the time. So I was a bastard child, and that's not nice, but it's what it is. So what do we do? For instance, today, if we want to fund the business you want today, I'd say get corporate credit. Here's 350,000 just on Chase Cars Inc. But again, instead of using your money to finance the business, you should let its own credit reports build that. I set up the credit system back in '77, helping Ken Yarbrough at TRW. TRW was Thomas Raymond Warridge. They made bicycle parts in El Segundo, California. Then I wanted to get an information business, and I became the consultant. I'm the one who came up with the 25% to 29% rule. We call it rules and tools. At the time, they actually called it raised rules and tools. So we came up with the oldest credit card. We came up, you can't get more than 6 inquiries every 180 days. Next thing was very simple. The 29% rule below, it keeps you in the green. From there, anything above 29% is yellow or red, and that's what screws up everybody today. See, you jacked up the wrong credit. The other thing is you use your personal money, it's taxed to get your paycheck, but then when it's just taxed, you get the leftover. You use some of your money to start the business. I'll give you that. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? But the reality is don't use your money to build the business. You see, here's $3 million just on MX cards. You can build whatever you want to if you want to as well as you do all these pieces. So Henry, are you okay with the allergy? Hey, you fight through the pain. Thank you for asking the question. You're the one who actually asked. I always address an issue before people address the issue. Okay, it's easier that way when you're trying to process something. So I'm going to fight through the pain. I made a promise to be here today, and I'm here, no matter what happens, to help people every step of the way. But the way you have to understand is you took your personal money to start a business. I understand that part. When your paycheck's taxed, you get the leftover. What I don't understand is why didn't you build Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax business reports? I established it was in 1987. So what happened is Experian became Experian in 96. So in 77, I came with the oldest credit card, utilization of 29%, keeps it green. And then we came up with Rapid Rescore about a year later. People who are in escrows and kind of stuck. So I'm going to suggest you use your corporate credit to finance itself, get you on credit reports. You say every entity is entitled to credit reports. That means you're entitled to Equifax, TransUnion, all right, Experian. These are credit reports for the corporation using EIN. So let's write down EIN. Let's write down SS4 and tax ID. Okay. Then write down 1120. Okay. So what we have to do is there's categories that equal one anyway. What happens in most cases, you don't understand an SS5 form right here. So let's look at the SS5 form. That SS5 form says flat out, all right, it's basically their property. The question I had with the IRS, all right, and them at the same time is an SS4. I compared the two when I was 14 years old. You see, if you go back in 1969, Helping Hand Industries was started. Helping Hand is an organization for nonprofit. Okay, as you do this as well. Can you be my mentor? I'll do that for everybody. Okay, I have 39 million major clients in the Puppet Master Club. So you could join the club and I could do that as well. But again, it's going to be up to what you're trying to process. My goal today is to get you to quit scrolling, paying attention. You could actually repackage your life right away. And I'm going to say repackage it because that's one of the companies I had years ago. Years ago, I gave Don King, Owning America. I own that corporation. He did it for his movie and his book. Mine was repackaged in America to help people repackage you. So we have to understand a couple of things. We're going to compare the SS4, all right, to the SS5. When I had to get mine in 1974, let's understand, I was born in 1960. So in 1974, I'm 14 years old, all right, and they told me to go get my SSN. I went to the Department of SSN, and it had this big line on the wall that said, pull this form, fill it out. So I fill out the form. Well, that's what I did. I filled out the form, and then I went to the counter and I asked a basic question. I said, "Man, this says SS5 in the corner. Are you the IRS?" And the reality, she took very offense to my questions because who are you to question me? She had one of those attitudes. So she got her big boss, big muscle dude. Thought he was going to do some good, huh? The reality is, my question was, are you the IRS, yes or no? You see, what they didn't explain to you is when mommy had birth to you, gave you life, God gave you life with mommy through mommy and everything else, she signed this form. Until I mentioned form to most people, they go, what the heck is going on? So again, as we do this, drag ray you want happened it, sir. Well, I don't understand what that means. Anyway, what happened? Okay. To what? The allergy I got the other day? Who knows? My face blew up. So let's go back to what we're focusing on. The SS5 form, you need to get a copy. Every one of you. You need to get in the link trade today, DMS, follow us, and all that stuff as well. But get a copy of the SS5. This form is where it allows the IRS to tax your paycheck. This is what kind of sucks is they didn't tell it to us. They told us to go get the SSN or mommy did it for you. Or mommy handed you that card. The difference is she never told you, she filled out a form called SS5. So if we master the rules, let's understand. Under the Fair Lending Act, you can reverse process of bad credit. Fair Credit Reporting Act, you can too, if, or you can't rip off your creditor. Credit repair company wants to rip off creditors and make you not pay a bill. If you owe a bill, pay your damn bill. That's how it works. So what we have to look at is one thing. Okay, we have to pay our bills. But if we take this form right now and we look at the form and we dissect it, dissecting is very simple. What does it say? It says name to be shown on card. Full name at birth, other than above, other names you use. You could put any name on your Social Security application or card. You can change it today, and you can seal your record and all kinds of things. So the problem is, we the people don't decide to actually do things. We scroll and just don't pay attention. Today, if you changed your name, you could start a new credit file if you know what you're doing. But then you have to still pay your debts. See, the thing about credit repair and an alternate file, it's very simple. You still have to honor your debt if you owe debts. You can't rip off your creditor. That's the goal. Credit repair says, I'm going to remove your negatives. The problem with credit repair, under the HR 999, it's against the law. If you look at the Federal Trade Commission, it says it's against the law as well. But so what we have to realize, these people doing credit repair, they're probably going to be indicted like Daniel was. If you look at it online, Daniel was the founder of the credit repair cloud, and that's what it happened, credit repair. So what from there, he got indicted for 3 million. They arrest him in front of his neighbors and in front of everybody because he's a crook. You're being a crook. You're saying you were removing a negative item, but they owe the debt. See, there's our problem. If we understand how to reprocess the reverse of negative credit, for instance, this form here, all right, as we look through the form, it says application for Social Security card. Social Security card. Sorry, I stutter once in a while too. Especially with this allergy, I must be even more. So we got the card in your personal wallet. So let's understand something. This form allows the IRS to tax your paycheck. You get the leftover. They should have explained it to us. They did not do that. Unfortunately, nobody did that. I actually tore it apart and figured it out as a kid. But I also started my first organization in 1969, and I was 9.5 years old. Look it up online. This whiz kid at 9.5 years old actually started Helping Hand Industries. All right, he also invented Car Finder. He also had $1 million in the bank at 15. He also created billionaire status at 21. By the way, I'm the kid that grew up. You might want to pay attention to the guy that actually creates billions all the time, all right, even for his clients. So as we play this game to win. So let's understand something. This here is your card in your personal wallet. It says several things to pay attention to. First, it says if you're an adult, sign it with ink. If you're 18, don't sign unless you have a job, whatever comes first. Then it says do not use for ID purposes. Then it says basically the card, all right, you don't carry with you or laminate it. You see, it's not your card. It's been assigned to you so they can tax your paycheck. You get the leftover. And what you did is you took your personal money to start a business. That's okay. But let the corporation have its own damn credit reports. 5K for first 10. Oh, here's somebody who was, coming in my life trying to steal people, or which is typical. Unfortunately, what happens with these idiots, okay, they don't give you anything. It's just a lie. They're fraudsters. So be careful of fraudsters. I blocked them. Go away. Okay, you did this yesterday. All right, let's screenshot you because I have a team of people that'll come play with you. Okay, literally. All right, when it comes to you doing this and stop you, Fred. Okay. All right. So my team will jump on top of all your goodies and see what you like. Okay. Okay. So understand something. You're using personal credit, okay, to run a business, and that's the mistake. See, I understand people, jerks like this get flat tires. And then they realize, what happened to me? Why didn't God open the doors? Because he's not a godly person. We're going to talk about God, family, and money. God, family. I don't love money, but I have billions and billions that I control. And I've been doing this as a kid. So I need money as much as anyone else to pay bills. Okay. So what question? I didn't see a question. Okay. Okay. I don't avoid any question. Challenge me, please. I have an IQ off the chart. Okay. The credit stud. Credit stud, you're a ripoff. You do credit repair. It's against federal law. So I'll take a screenshot of you too. So again, what's your question? Ask the question. Okay. All right. Can you work with someone who structured this process in their own already high debt to ratio? Well, let's understand something. Your debt to ratio is because you jacked it up past 29%. So the answer to your question is very simple. We can work with anybody. Put yourself in a rapid rescore. Okay. Usually I don't get questions or I don't answer questions so halfway when I'm talking, but you want to be rude and say once you answer the question. That's rude. Okay. All right. So the difference is very simple. Under the Fair Lending Act, the Credit Repair Act, if you put yourself in a rapid rescore, rapid was developed by Ken Yarbrough, Harold Stokes, and me in 1978. That would push your scores up, get possibility of green lights. Unless you win the lottery and get a raise, you're going to have to take credit and readjust your debt to ratio. And one card has to do balance transfers. You're going to have to play teeter-totter. That's how it works. Teeter-totter takes 90 days. Everything takes 90 days if you do what you're told. Okay. So from there, yeah, the answer is yes. So I answered your question. Let me go back to what I'm doing before basically he's rude again. Okay. So again, what happens? Our problem we have is the SS5 form. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on medication and I don't put little crap. And my eyes are all swollen because basically I shouldn't be here anyway. But I make promises and I keep them. No matter that I need knee surgery, no matter when I had shot 3 times, I still show up to the party. Okay. Anything else is a damn excuse. Fight through the damn pain and knock off your crap. SS5, right here. That SS5 form, application for a Social Security card. You didn't fill it out. Most of it, your mommy did when you were born. We had two problems. We had Roosevelt, who had the Gold Act in 34. We had Nixon, who basically took and canceled that in August of 71. You're wanting a bunch of this. This is not even money. It's a Federal Reserve note. A Federal Reserve note, a legal tender. It's what it is. Since August in 71. So understand, the goal is this card here is not your card, even though it allows only one. Let's understand. Here's our problem. The SS5 and SSN allows one, only one. So that gives us one chance to try. Odds we're going to fail. Odds we're going to have some crap on our credit report. But it also says don't use for ID purposes. Under the Fair Lending Act, you can reverse the process of bad credit. That doesn't mean you're out of hook. See, some of you want to hire these credit repair flakes, like the one guy here doing credit repair. All right, he's going to get indicted because I'm going to report him. Attorney General's office, we're going to smash him like a bug. Daniel was indicted for $3 million. Okay, you cannot do credit repair. Period. It's against federal law. Period. You must have a bond. You must be nonprofit. You got no money up front. Period. It's not changed. Come on, just understand some basic situation. It's like up to you what you're trying to do. I mean, understand. Consumer credit counseling was on TRW, Spear, and TransUnion Equifax. See, I've been around 50 years. I helped set up the damn system. It was my company. Got it so far? So you can actually learn to readjust your credit and put it on track in about 90 days. If you invest your time in 90 days, you'll get there. Unfortunately, what happens is some people, like in TikTok, they scroll all day long and make stupid comments instead of paying attention. Not all of them. Half of them are freaking lazy anyway. The other half want it for free. If you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to get it. I'm a puppet master. I started the Puppet Master Club 48 years ago. I got 39 million people in that club. I've incorporated 3 presidents of the United States of America. I'm the incorporated for Lakers, Dodgers, and Clippers. I'm the largest register in the world. I'm the #1 consultant worldwide as well, international. So if you play and pay attention, you could. So understand, you get one of these, one chance. So write down SS5, all right, literally is an SSN times 1. 1. They didn't give you a chance to try. Now let's compare this to the United States of America. The United States of America Incorporated. All right, every 50 corporations, 50 states. Every city is a corporation as well. That's why they're called cities. Okay. So I want you to understand things flat out. Yeah, Edward, you should be a puppet master because you can control millions and billions like I do and not own a damn thing. That's what I studied under John D. Rockefeller in 1934, what he did in past history. I study all rich and famous people, how they do this. It's how it works. So again, what do? The city files bankruptcy. You have 11 cities file bankruptcy so far. That's a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. They planned the problem and they created a bankruptcy code just for cities to file bankruptcy. See, there's your problem with you. What happens with you, you bring the pain home all the time. 80% of you are men. You've actually tried to run a business, start one, and it's failed 9 times, at least 9 to 10 times, because you allowed yourself to try to use your own money to finance it. That's called dumb. I'm sorry, it's just plain dumb. Okay, as we did this. So understand, if you took the SS4, you can times it by 100. Now, that doesn't mean I want you to do that. I'm giving you possibilities. In other words, what happens, friends, here. If we took around here, this is times that I'm controlling 2.2 billion in real estate, you'll find out I'm not the guy full of crap. That's why I wrote a book called Bullshit Didn't Pay Your Bills years ago, because it doesn't. So BS doesn't pay your bills. This represents 1,013 divisions. That is 1,013 credit reports. Each division is entitled to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Each division is entitled to that. And that's what you have to understand. So if we're going to run a real business, okay, like rich and famous people, realize one thing, they never let their parent company do business. You're trying to let your LLC, your LLP, your C Corp nonprofit PC to do business, and no one's ever done it that way because that's called dumb. Most of you have an LLC you named after yourself, or you name it what it does. Then you're allowed to do business, and when they sue that, they sue you. An LLC is a limited liability company fed off sole proprietor that allows a tax ID. That's all it's for. So if we compare again SS5 versus SS4, we can actually say times 100. Now, I don't want you to have 100. I want you to have 18. I want you to create an income for 100,000 a month. That's what I'd like you to do. But I'll do all the work for you. See, what I've done for 50 years is if you get in a program of mine, okay, and let's say you spend $1,000, I'm gonna hand you 10,000 back because that's what's fair. I want to reimburse everybody who ever buys a program from me and give them credit, personal business. Here's 10,000. This man paid for a rapper rescore and had us review his credit reports, and I gave him 10,000. He paid 1,000, got 10 back. It's better than being in Vegas. Good morning, Mindy. How you doing as well? Hey, we got Jay as well too. Okay, so if we understand how this works, all right, we're always going to give money back to people because I don't want your money in the first place. Your money came into the company to pay the bills for these employees. I haven't had a paycheck for 40 years. I don't want one, but I have everything I want. I'm talking everything I want. Okay, if I want to just go get it, it's easy. So this that says for here, form right in front of you allows it's an EIN, a circle EIN. It's in the link tree, people. So you could tap the live, share the live, everything else, and the link tree, get the copy of the SS5, the SS4, and start comparing the two. Look at your options. Unfortunately, most of you do the same damn rerun every day. You're doing the same thing you did yesterday, the day before, and the same thing today. I'm sorry, it doesn't make it that way. If you look at the Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, that's 2 acts out of 12. If you master the act, you can reverse process negative credit, but that doesn't get you off the hook. Never say that I actually said you don't have to pay your debts. You have to. Credit repair wants to say, let's remove all the crap and not pay a damn thing. There's no magic wand. That's why credit repair is against the law, against federal law. Now, I want you to look at this right here in the corner before I do that. Legal name of entity. See, if you write down entity equals division, you can win. Entity equals division. Okay? Sounds like first that fall strategy that soon. Well, the reality is it's going to be up to you. What you call yourself true story. Then go through the facts and verify me. You'll find out I tell you the true story for 50 plus years. And I created my first billion at 21 billion, okay, through corporate structure. So again, you can do this if you listen and learn. It's not hard to do. Unfortunately, they didn't explain to you the SS5 form right there. Now you know there's a form that the IRS has on file for every one of us. It's on file. It gives them permission to tax our paycheck. We have to give them permission, but the reality is it wasn't our choice anyway. Mommy signed the form. And the reality is you have to in the United States of America. They have more manpower. They're just bullies and meanies, okay? They're just mean people. IRS is terrible. We don't like them. I don't like them. But I have to pay tax. But if I took my SS4 form, EIN, they also call it a tax ID, okay? So it's confusing. EIN, SS4, tax ID, and an 1120 form. It's file 1120 to do the tax return with or without activity. If we take this form times 100, that gives us 100 chances to try. But I'd like you to take it 18 times only. That's it. I'd like you to think about 9 lines of credit, for instance. If we want checkbook money, these are 150s at the bank, okay? If we want to make divisions on the same account or different accounts like B of A here, there's 18 accounts right here. That represents $2.7 million of credit, okay? So when it comes to credit, I don't love money, but I know how to build billions of that credit. But that's what their goal is. If we're going to start a business and run it, should we not let it run on its own merit? Corporations are allowed its own credit report. That's Experian, Schedule, and Equifax. So why don't we build the credit to finance the dream so we don't run out of money and we don't have to go back to our wives and go, look at I did, I screwed up again. Most wives are going, are you going to make it this time? Because you haven't made it every time. And that's what kind of sucks. So let's write down checkbook money. These are lines of credit at the bank. I will line you up to get you these for 150 each. Up to 150 each at your 4 major banks, okay? I'll get that for you if you allow me to do my job. If you allow me to do my job, I will get you ink cards up to 50,000 each. No interest rate up to 22 months. So again, if we're going to run a business, please run it the way you're supposed to run it. Don't let it do business because that's called dumb. Rich and famous people do not allow their parent company to do business, and I want to reroute your direction because you're going to fail. 99% of people fail right now, and it sucks. So again, the next thing is every Amex card. If we take an American Express Gold or Platinum card right here, what does it do for us? See, the problem, most of you just keep scrolling, and you're not basically listening to what needs to be done. All right, teach me, Yoda. Okay, well, That's cute. So what happens is very simple. If we look at this form here, and we're entitled to one per each entity, I'm going to say times 100, but I'd like you to have 18. See, numbers have never lied to me. I love numbers. I've been studying numbers since I was a kid, always going to the library because I was a used and abused kid. I got born in a taxi, left in a trash can outside Gardena Hospital in 1960. It kind of sucks. Mommy wasn't married. I'm a bastard child. Mommy wasn't married, and they're rich and famous people, so I'm embarrassing to them. So what happens? Let's understand something. If I had a SS4 for the LLC, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, and then I had one each division sets up credit file. Credit file can finance Bitcoin, gold, silver, stock, trading, maybe a storage unit, uh, a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, or Carl's Jr., car wash, or even an apartment complex. You see, how far you want to get into something is going to be up to you. I can get you to millionaire status if you want, but that's going to take less. It's 12 months or less, is what it is. But you'd have to do everything you're told to do. Not hard to do. Later today, I have a class at 2 o'clock. You might want to join me. You want to DM and tell us when's the class. Tomorrow, I have 5 classes live. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 years. So 50 years I've been helping people get to millionaire status. I've helped 50 million people so far understand division process. I've got 39 million millionaires in a Puppet Master Club. They don't own a damn thing, but they control everything. See, that should be your dream. Let me control everything and own nothing at all, but against the structure. So if we did this, let's understand something. I don't like bankruptcy. I think bankruptcy is a no-no. I think you go to a bankruptcy attorney, he or she sells you a bankruptcy. They don't sell ice creams and pickles. So they sell you something you don't need, in my opinion. But I want you to think about this. And I'd like you to write something down. I'm willing to sacrifice my division, not my corporation or my family. You should write that down. I'm willing to sacrifice my division, okay, not my corporation or my family. So let's understand what that really means, okay? If I have a problem with the division, I'm going to bankrupt it. Banks last year, ladies and gentlemen, bankrupt 22,000 locations, 22,000. They took the assets and wrote off their taxes. Our cities, 11 cities have filed bankruptcy in Chapter 9 bankruptcy. So they don't bring the pain home like you. So if you did it my way, it'd be a division versus your corporation or your family. When they sue your corporation, ladies and gentlemen, they sue your LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, they're going to sue you. You're the only voice it has. So now you're basically through the rabbit hole, and you're going to have to get all the money you can for depositions, and you're going to have the expense. See, they want to fill up their retainers. That's what it is. Because what happens? So if we look at SS5, right here, that's how you get your first job. Your first job, you have an SS5. You don't even know you have one, but it's in the link tree if you want to copy. From there, mommy filled out the form, didn't tell you anything because she didn't pay attention either. Sorry. Nobody talks about SS5, and I talk about it all the time, connecting the dots. That's your first job. Okay, so the application, what it says. Social Security Administration, all right, and full name at birth other than above. If I wanted to change my file immediately, I would petition to a name change. When I have that petition because of ID theft or something, there's always a reason you can create that. You create an alternative file, but you're still obligated for your debts. If you're not paying off your creditors, you're a crook, then you're going to go to jail. I testify against your court of law anyway. So we're not here to rip off our creditors. If we take SS5 and SS4, let's compare the two. The Social Administration Department said they're not the IRS, but they are. They're the front for the IRS, period. So every time we get a birth, we have a birth certificate, we have basically an SSN, SS5. Every time we pass, they cancel that bond. See, we're bonded up to $50 million a piece, and they average say about $35 million anyway. So I guess the IRS thinks we're their property. Compare the SS4 versus SS5. You get one of these, husbands and wife, only one chance to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well give it up. The SS4 form, Department of Treasury International Revenue Service, IRS, okay? This is IRS, people. This is the application for employee identification number. But line 1 has always said legal name of entity, which is a division, or individual person. So you're entitled to have 3 of these. You could have used an SS4 on your credit versus SSN since day one. But unfortunately, you don't know how to do that. I'll help you set it up if you want, but it's going to be up to you as well. So what happens? What if something goes wrong? You all know what happens when you go wrong. You go home to your wife or your family, go, I screwed up again. Every one of you have a choice. You've actually brought the pain home because of your setup and the lack of knowledge. If we build credit file per entity, it can finance itself. It can finance itself 100%. Borrow money is not taxable. Write it down. Borrow money is not taxable. Borrow money is not taxable. Write it down, write it down. DM us and share the live and follow, follow, follow. Get the classes later today. So borrow money is not taxable. That's a gift. Corporate credit is a damn write-off. So if I use corporate credit to finance the business, I get to drive you straight in the credit card. What we used to do as a consumer, which they took it away. Not very fair, but they did. So if we did this correctly, and the worst case is a bankruptcy. Under the Federal Protection Act, write it down. Under the Federal Protection Act, automatic stay. So let's write what happens. How do you do your self SS4? Get a copy and we'll teach you how to do that. It's up to you. Again, it's right on the application. It's not hard to do in the first place. Okay, it's not brain surgery. But again, we will help guide you in classes all the time if you want to listen and learn. The S is for worst case, a division would file bankruptcy, not the parent company and not you. Right now, you're the only voice it has. So when they sue it, they sue you. Then it's deposition time, then it's retainer time, then you go broke. And that's what sucks. Okay. So guess what? Again, if we had this correctly done as a division of a corporation, we have the ability, if we had to file bankruptcy, we could on the division, not you. See, I want every one of you to become a puppet master. I like you to control everything and know nothing at all. If a division screws up, I want to be able to disconnect it. That's the goal I want you to have for you. You brought the pain home. So many times it's ridiculous. Unfortunately, you do because you lack a setup and lack of knowledge. Structure builds finance and dream. Structure builds finance and dream. That's what it is. So if we today, let's watch what happens next, okay? Let's pretend you allow me to get you 18 divisions set up. Since I invented division process in 84 anyway, you'll find that out too. So what happens? In 84, I was the king of satellite television, manufacturer, distribution, retail stores. But I also own some Shakey's, pizzas, 31 flavor, ice cream, Subway sandwiches, and shopping centers and condos. But California said I have to pay a franchise tax fee of $1.2 million because all the pieces I had, like you do today. I went to Sacramento and asked a basic question. Could I create an entity under my LLCs, my S Corps, my nonprofit PCs that doesn't pay franchise tax fee? Their pushback to me was create a form or modify one and we'll see if we'll approve it. So division process was invented in 84. Every cash application you look at today, will show you division process on the cash application for business. They all have it there. I got them to do that 62 years ago. Okay. And they actually did all of them about 20 years ago. So again, as we position this correctly, let's pretend these are, your American Express cards. They're actually mine. The Ray Reynolds University. Let me turn it the right way. Right here. Okay. Every one of these cards. What this means is here's $1.3 million. Right here, $1.3 million. Okay. I play with millions and billions of credit all the time because I control millions and billions of companies, but I'm a puppet master. I don't own a damn thing. I own nothing. Okay. Even the car I drove today, I don't own. And when you listen to these silly people on TikTok, oh, you ride after Rolex, you can't ride after Rolex. I have one that matches every shirt I got, people. The car I drove today is not mine. It belongs to an entity of a corporation because I'm not dumb enough to register a car to myself. A car registered to a consumer, when somebody gets in a bump, they sue you and then they sue your spouse. Now you're in the rabbit hole again, another deposition. You're stressing yourself out, your whole family, the way you do things anyway. I can give you the solution for all your problems if you allow me to do that. God gave me an IQ off the chart, total recall. Okay, Rob, both hands at the same time. I end up stuttering once in a while. If you put it that, you're okay. Because that's just the way it works. Now watch what happens next. American Express offers a blueprint loan. See, what I want you to focus on today is credit cards build your lines of credit. Then you can finance the dream. Finance the dream. That's what the goal should be. Financing the dream versus scrolling through TikTok, go wee wee all the way home. So it's a choice. If I take each American Express card per division, I'm entitled to basically a loan for 250,000. If you got loans for you and your corporation, you would run your business and you're going to go out of money anyway. You're doing it now as it is. You have a problem right now. It's time, money, and credit. You're running out of time. Okay. I'm sorry, 99% of you will be broke in 3 years from now trying to run your business. Broke. Between AI and everything else changing the world, you're not prepared. You're going to be getting your assets kicked. You have literally time, less than money, less than 3 years to fix your problem. 3 years is what you get right now. Time, money, and credit. Simple. If you don't restructure yourself the right way, because you brought the damn pen home anyway, all right, understand future. Structure builds finance and dreams. So every one of these cards here gets a blueprint loan up to 250,000. I know what a goal should be. So let's go back to some basics. I would like you to find your birth certificate. I'd like you to look at it. I'd like you to inspect it. A birth certificate proves the day you were born, correct? The next thing, it has mommy's maiden name on it. I know you know the name, but I want you to verify it, okay? Okay? Is it really about what you do every day? Well, I don't know what you do for every day. I help people 6 days a week because I've done it for 50 years. This is my last and final year. Our junior and senior coaches will take that over, so I don't know what you do every day. Every day, I'm just trying to help people understand how to play the game. And I'm consistent, they're stuck with me. That's the gift. So again, a birth certificate, you verify mommy's maiden name. Then you take your SS4 and SS5 form, start comparing the two. The SS5 form, when you didn't realize you have one, there's a copy in the link tree, and this is what mommy signed when you were born. That's how it works. Again, it says do not laminate. Don't use for ID purposes. That's what it says. Okay? So it's right there. Do not carry with you. You don't sign until you're 18 or have a job, whatever comes first. So we compare SS5 that you get one, only 111. The odds of screwing it up is pretty odd or pretty high. So the SS5 equals SSN in 1040. Then what do we look at SS4 for? Well, the SS4 form is a universal form. When I was 9.5 years old, I had to explain to Ted Turner Broadcast, how to use it 26 ways. So if you would write down SS4 times 26, I'd appreciate if you did that for yourself. SS4 times 26. Now, I only want to get you 18 of these things. Okay, that's what I'd like to help you do if you want, but it's up to you. So what happens is each division would have its own credit file. I established those in 1987. In 1977, I'm the consultant for TRW, Thomas Roland Woolridge. They made bicycle parts. Information business. Ken Yarborough, I trained him at TRW. The report's wrong. TRW became a Spirit in 96. So again, this is the number one credit agency in the world, and we set up all kinds of rules and tools. It is basically fluctuation. Every card should be 29%. That's it. 30, while all these silly people say 30, it's in the yellow. That makes no sense. Eventually, you want these cards to get down to 10%. That would be the goal. 10%. Every one of you, listen very carefully. Under the Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, less than 90 days, your credit score could be 750. But again, you have to understand how this works. This is what you need to understand. So follow, share the live, tap the screen, and understand you get stuck with me. We have a class this afternoon at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I have 5 classes tomorrow. I've done these 5 classes for basically 50 years. My specialty class is done in Bradstreet, Sperian, Daisy Chain, Become the Bank, Buckets Money, Real Estate. I'm the original coach that coached Carlton Sheets people, Dave Delgado and Russ Dalby. I was training their coaches how to do their job. So I've been around a long time, people. So if I said SS4 times 18, that's the secret number I'd like you to think about. 18 divisions right here, entity. Entity equals division, or even you. You could actually have a division of yourself under an organization if you wanted to. Then you don't bring the pain home. Let's watch what happens. Come on. Every entity gets its own credit file. Every entity can finance a business. I line up escrows all the time. We have $5 billion of escrows right now signed up if you'd like to join one. If I got you in a storage unit, one is 7,000 or 9,000 a month. Would you like 7,000 a month or 9,000 forever? Would you like a car wash? Costs $1,090,000 and four people bought it. All right, from there, what they do? These get 41, 32 a month forever. See, if you learn how to do a puppet master and own the pieces you draw by every day, you could get auto income up to $100,000 a month. It's not hard to do. All you have to do is follow through. If everything screws up, what do we do? Sorry, I don't believe in bankruptcy, but I believe if I have to protect the corp of my family, I will bankrupt a division in a heartbeat. So this is why I need you to do one thing for yourself. Okay, as you do this, do you need help? Oh, I don't need help. What do you need help for? What do I need help for? Okay. We have four moderators here right now with you. They're going to tap screens. Everyone else to talk to you as well. They're actually clients. Okay, we have a whole team here. I don't think we need any more help. Okay, I think you're the one who needs the help, and let me structure your business. Let me add your 18 divisions. Let me get you 100,000 credit. If something went wrong, it's the division, not the corporate family. Right now, you're all bringing the pain home. Every one of you, I think you're setting yourself up for probate like your family did for you. There's no reason to do that. You can become a puppet master. If I had to bankrupt a piece, that's a division. If the banks can bankrupt 22,000 locations last year, so could you without hurting your family. But they have their parent company doing business as management. If you can have 11 cities file bankruptcy, which they have after Chapter 9 bankruptcy, so could you. Your problem, you keep allowing yourself to be the duck and sheep. Take your money from your paycheck that's taxed, start your business. I give you that part. The rest of it, we need to build corporate credit reports per division. Each division has its own set. So if I wanted a blueprint loan, very simple, this is what I would do. All right, I can get a blueprint loan off every American Express card, gold and platinum. Now remember, these cards do not fluctuate. These are the cards you would jack up, not the business ones, the personal ones. So if I go here to personal, here's my wife's and here's my cards. Okay, so very simple. Here's my wife's cards, gold and platinum. The paid over time limits 100,000. These fluctuate, these don't. So now she has 100,000 of safety credit. That's her set. Here's my set. Got it? So if we plan the problem and we each have 100,000 of safety credit, that's usually 71,000 of safety, so we don't bring the pain home. You see, I became a corporate billionaire structure at 21. I have everything I want. If you did your research and find out that I was the second largest advertiser in California for 32 years, you would. If you did your research, you'd find out my first system I put out there when I was 16 called Winning the Game of Business. I wrote it when I was 14. I'm driving a Lamborghini to Orange Coast College, Quintosh, okay, to Orange Coast. I got sucked out into a government program as 14 years old from the 8th grade. I rhyme all the time, so I don't try to. I talk with both hands because they both work, both sides of the brain works. I do understand how to process that. I rhyme all the time and I stutter once in a while. If you can deal with that, we can go get you some goodies. If not, then just go away. Here's 1,000,003. I can times that by every entity to get a blueprint loan. Now, if you want, it's very simple today. As I said, I wrote the book called Winning the Game of Business. Tomorrow, I have 5 classes. Okay? Now, we have goal setting in the morning that's free to the whole world. 3:15 in the morning, it's free to the whole world too. Specialty class tomorrow is basically division process. This is where you learn to do your divisions and all the pieces, but it'll cost you $15 a month. So tomorrow's classes is basically specialty, it's divisions. And we have level 1, 2, and 3, cost you $15. All right. And it's also a write-off because we're the Ray Rose University as well. So that $15 a write-off to you as well. It's education. I'm supporting the here we go again. This matter if I block this person, it's very simple. Okay, turn off community flag. Okay. All right, let's go there. Oh, he did that part. Okay. Anyway, all right. Don't believe in fraudsters here. This Daniel McCall, I'm going to have to make sure our team goes and plays with him a little bit. Okay. You shouldn't be trying to poach other people. Get your own following. Hell, I've only been on TikTok 27 weeks with 72,000 followers. I guess I'm doing okay. We'll see what happens as well as we play this game. Now, understand, if you have bad luck or get a flat tire, run out of gas, it's because you're a jerk like this guy. Okay? That's what happens. Bad things happen to people because they do bad things themselves. It's payback. God pays people back. It's always going to be God, family, and money. So what do we do? So guess what? If you want to join all the classes tomorrow, goal setting's free. 3:15 mornings free, but it was specialty class. In the classes level 1, 2, and 3, it's $15. Okay. I'll teach you more in one day you ever learned in your life. How's that? I'll probably do that today too. Follow me on TikTok. Take your picture. Follow me. Follow me. Help me get to that 100,000 followers. I'm only at 72,000 right now, trying to get as many as I can. Hey, Black Kinfolk, how you doing? Okay. Hey, Black Kinfolk, I have a poacher out there. Watch him keep trying to poach us. Okay. All right. See, Black Kinfolk here has been a client for 35 years. His family's been 50. Okay. These clients are here all the time. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I can have 39 million millionaire puppet masters go talk to this person who likes to poach. I don't think he'll like it, but we're going to do that anyway. Now, this is Ray Reynolds Blueprint Live. It's very simple. What if you would listen to me? Here's the office phone number. Take it down so you can call it later today. No one's here. It's only 4:02 in the morning. 4:02. Okay. So what happens is they're going to be here in about 2 hours, about 6 o'clock. I give you about 2 hours, 10 minutes, let them get settled a little bit, 10 after 6. Find out about classes tomorrow, find the link tomorrow, and find how to play the game and win. It's up to you. See, I guarantee millionaire status if you do what you're told. Can you listen and quit scrolling? That's the first thing. Now, how are you going to give me your sad story? Okay. I'm born in a taxi. All right, mommy puts me in the garbage can outside Gardena Hospital and says baby in the trash can. Went home to take a nap. My first coma, I was 7 years old right here. Okay. My last coma here is 2009. There's my goodies. You like any goodies? Who likes Lamborghinis and Ferraris and mansions? Big Bear, Havasu. Okay. You're Belinda, California. So again, as you play this game, you get to play the game to win if you want to. But again, it's up to you as well. All right, Hong Kong, information I need for me when I call the office. We'll call the office. What you need to do is understand. They're going to ask you questions. They have about 10 standard questions to figure out what you want to do. We have to look at two things. Today, where you're at, that's past, present, and future. See, if you want, you can get a phone call with me as well. So the reality is very simple as we do these things. I do blueprint calls with people every day. So a blueprint call is when I actually set up your goal list, tell you your next step, and fix your problems with you or for you. That's what a blueprint call is, okay? So the reality is credit. Credit, you want to build it under the corporation or LLC, not personally. Personally, you're going to have about 7 cards. You're going to have 100,000 of personal credit. So understand 100,000. Here's a 10. Here's a 50. So I have to put a sticky in the back of the card, sticky, because I have to make sure I dummy proof this. 29% is green. Anything below that is still green. Above it is yellow and red. So the goal is very simple. Let's get them to 10%. These cards don't fluctuate, but these do. So which card did you jack up? You jacked up the wrong card. Sorry, you did that too. So if we play the game to win, we can get past that process today if we truly want to. I'm going to tell you what I believe in for myself. It's God, family, and money. I don't love money, but I know how to get millions and billions of it pretty quick. So guess what we have to do? Can you put a house in an LLC? Okay, before I answer the question, yes or no? If it's your own house, hell no. Your house is put in irrevocable trust. If it's a rental property, yes, it's a division. You don't. Here's the problem. You don't put the house in the LLC. You put it in a division. The LLC controls the asset. That's called puppet master. Okay. You don't want your parent company to do business. But again, there's more to that. Just to answering a quick question. So usually there's 10 answers to every question if you formulate it correctly the way to do it. Every goal only takes 38 steps anyway. So, if we're a puppet master, could you promise yourself something today? But it's up to you as well. If you quit scrolling and go wee all the way home. Today, you could replace yourself with your LLC, LLP, C Corp, Nonprofit, PC, as long as you have division process. They're in the link tree, people. They're free. Okay? It's very simple. All right, there is no loan. Well, there's a lot of loans. What are you talking about? Okay? An Amex card gets you a blueprint for 250. I popped 3 of those yesterday. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, are you a ding dong or what? Okay, you're going to use borrow money. Borrow money is not taxable. That's what your goal should be. Borrow money. There's loans everywhere. What are you talking about? No loans. Okay, so what do? If you truly want to replace yourself, you take your LLC, it's a neutral name, it becomes a management company. It manages 18 divisions. Let me show you why. You can stop bringing the pain home. You took your money, personal money, to basically start a business. That was taxable income. I showed you SS5 for that reason. But don't run it with that many money. You're going to run out of money. 99% of businesses failed because of lack of money. Here's 100,000 a month if you let me do my job. I want you to write down auto income. If you do this correctly, what happens is very simple. Let's understand today. If we wanted to change our lives, you make a promise to yourself. Your promise is very simple. Okay? I am a puppet master in training. Now understand, if you take a picture of this, your cell phone's smarter than you now. Then you're left brain, right brain, and no brain. If you write it down, you record. You understand recording the brain? So what do? Let's write it down. I am a puppet master in training. I own nothing and control everything. 18 divisions under my organization, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC. I will have 12, all right, in 12 months, I'll have 100,000 of income. If you do what I tell you to do, your income is going to be about 300 or 400,000 per month to the corporation. But it's up to you again. What do? I have a reasonable paycheck. You see, when you start making money, your LLC, if you have one, will convert to an S. S says reasonable paycheck. You're going to get to the point you pay yourself exactly what to break even with so you can do tax balancing and using your house payment to recycle your money. Recycle the money 100%. The IRS took your paycheck, people. They took that first 28%. So I'll receive my paycheck back, what they taxed me from the IRS, as long as I have a house payment. I will do tax balancing. I will never bring the pain home. I will honor God and honor my wife. Whatever you believe in, honor that. There's the goal. So hopefully you wrote it down. Now, this here is very simple. This is a mouse pad. This is your future. If you want and you DM me and you follow me, okay, because I send out millions of these at a time. By the way, it takes me $10 to send these out. So if I send millions of these, how much do I spend? So I'm willing to spend money to market and give you the answer. Would you like a black one, a red, white, or blue? Okay, depends what's in stock. So again, what happens? In the link tree, you can actually DM me. All right, make sure you talk to the specialist right away, and they'll hold your hand on how to play the game to win. But that's up to you as well. That's a mouse pad. Okay. Do you like to talk and put everything else? I don't put anything down. I just talk to jerks trying to be jerks. All right. You want to be a jerk? You want me? I'll call you a jerk too. What am I going to say? I'm not trying to put anybody down. But if someone comes here to poach and steal leads and offers them $1,000, I think they're going to rip you off. So I'm going to be honest and truthful and make sure you don't hurt yourself as well. So again, please, don't take anything offensive. But if jerks are jerks, are you going to call them out or not? I'll call them out. Okay. So again, if you can't handle that, maybe you need to go away too. Okay. I'm trying to help the real people who want real help, not jerks that are trying to poach or do credit repair, which is a fraud. Credit repair is against federal law. Look it up. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says that. Says that. You must have a bond, must be nonprofit, registered the Attorney General's office, and not take people's money. Credit repair makes you think you're not going to pay your bill. You owe a bill, pay the damn bill. I'm just calling them out, okay? Very simple. If someone files bankruptcy, how would they be able to do this? Well, first of all, is it bankruptcy straight 7 and it's over? Or is there a payment plan, which is 3 or 5 years? Bankruptcy has nothing to do with the corporation. So, don't tie the two in together because nothing is like that. You right now in bankruptcy or during bankruptcy, you can incorporate and let that be your future. Instead, I'd have a division of myself under the SS4 if I'm going through the bankruptcy. But again, did you really need bankruptcy? I read a settlement from credit repair company being sued. Well, that's good. You got a settlement. Because the reality is, okay, now, hey, maybe you'll help me get rid of the other person question me out for calling out someone a jerk, okay? Jerks are jerks. That's how it is. So I'm glad you got your settlement. Credit repairs are fraud, people. So what do? Let's understand something. Let's go to the board for a second. Okay, if you can pay attention without scrolling, we're going to show you exactly some things you should do for yourself, but it's up to you as well. So understand, let's pretend today you're going to do what I want you to do. What a concept. First of all, you want peace. Okay? Every one of you are in debt somewhat and not manageable debt correctly. That means you're going to bring the pain home again and again. Every one of you have failed. I'm sorry because you ran out of money. If we do it right, we use the corporation's credit to finance the money to get the honey. So over here, we have a choice here, peace. This is $100,000 a month. Okay. If you took your LLC today, okay, and I don't care if you're in bankruptcy or not, because you can do this now. LLP, no problem. You have a C corporation, no problem as well. You have an S corporation. You have a nonprofit, or you have what's called a PC professional corp. These are the 6 categories you get to pick. If they do business, they sue that, they would sue you. You named it after yourself. You name what it does, and you actually let it do business, and that's kind of dumb. Sorry, I don't like that. If we do this the right way, what it is the right way? Well, number one, the LLC becomes an S corporation. So it's not double taxed like the C corporation is. We make sure the IRS, because they love that form. You could be the worst bookkeeper in the world and have an S corporation, no one can give you crap. All right. So we look at one thing. If we're going to take a chance, should we not take the chance as a division? Never bring the pain home. Never bring the pain home. If I took your LLC today, I would put 18 divisions on it. I would build 9 lines of credit here, right here for you. Then I'd say, let's get basically a project. Let's get an apartment complex, car wash, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr. or Wendy's. I wrote these rules, all right, to buy laundromats and car washes, and I wrote the original books 48 years ago. 48 years ago, people. So understand something. I've been helping people get to millionaire status for 50 years. What if I want to get a storage unit? The dummy proof business of the world. How about silver, gold, Bitcoin? If my organization was done, remember, borrow money is not taxable. So I could take a division of myself to guarantee credit for myself if I was in that bankruptcy, as someone said they were in a bankruptcy. Again, I need to know if it's 13, 3 years or 5-year payment plan, or is it a straight 7 and it's gone? That's what I like to look at. Then we know what creditors are in that bankruptcy. Here's our problem with you. You have an SS5 form, you don't even know you have it with the IRS. It equals SSN, equals a 1040 tax return. You're allowing the IRS, because you have no choice, all right, to tax your paycheck. You thought you were going to get a $1,000 paycheck. Okay, 1,000. That's fantastic. They gave you 728. 728. Yeah, 728. That's what they gave you. Okay? So what happens is the lack of knowledge is why people bring the pain home. You don't have to hurt your family. So you might want to take a copy of that. I'm very transparent of everything I do, but I tell it like it is. Like I said in my book years ago, it's called Bullshit Didn't Pay Bills. So it's up to you if you want to be full of BS or just go get it. As we do this, you have more moderators here to help you as well. We have a team of people to help you all the time. That's a mouse pad again. If you request it in the link tree, all right, based on color, you'll get whatever you want. I'll spend my $10 for the people who are serious. If you follow me, no problem. But again, that's $10 out of my pocket. I've sent out millions. So what's $10 times a million? Okay, figure so far. All right, I control millions and billions to this day. So your goal would be a division, 18 of them. 18 divisions give us a chance to roll the dice and not screw up the corporate or family. You're bringing the pain home today because you don't know any better. I'm sorry. I will call you out on it. If you can't handle it, I'm sorry about that too, because I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm going to say, men, knock off your crap, man up, husband, father, and the man you are to be. We don't bring the pain home. Why would we do that? Corporations have their own damn credit files, their own files. So why the hell would we want to hurt our family when we don't have to? That makes no sense to me. I don't want you to hurt your family. If I turn around for auto income for you, I'll line you up. I have $5 billion of escrows coming up in the next 24 months. $5 billion. Would you like to get an escrow? Would you like to play? So I'd like you to understand something. The corporation's going to have 100,000 in credit. 100,000. We're going to times it by 9 more divisions. In 36 months, you could have over $5 to $10 million of credit and finance any business you want. Your problem is being you. I didn't teach rich and famous to do this, to be poor. I didn't do 3 presidents of the United States of America because I'm a ding dong. They hired the guy that knows how to play the game better than anybody. Take a picture. These are auto income. I love laundromats. So my favorite business in the world is a laundromat. Okay? Because it's ran by a management company. So is a car wash, so is dry cleaners. But the best one out of all that is storage units. Anybody can own a piece of a storage unit because it's a dummy-proof business. I feel like we're dummies sometimes too. So again, anytime we want to, because it just creates an income. That's all it does. Storage units end up being income. That's what it is as we play this game. Monitor, okay. Mindy, she blocked before I had good. Thank you. I was trying to do the same time. See, I have a team of people that are my clients here all the time around me to help us get the honest goal. That's why she blocked them. Thank you. Thank you. This is auto income, people. If I get the blueprint loan, okay, or a checkbook money. Now realize there's three sources of money. This is checkbook money at the bank, okay? So that's a line of credit up to 150. They'll give you a debit card like this, and you'll be able to put money in an escrow. You never write checks to me ever. It's always the escrow. Okay, you own a piece. They're going to give you a deed of trust for a piece of a, let's say, storage unit. All right, that means you own that piece and you get that money forever. If we did this correctly, let's watch the next thing. I line up all the escrows. I'm in every escrow. Every escrow, I'm in that escrow on purpose for a reason. I want to make sure it goes right because we get bonus money. So here's three people, three of you. Three of you, I got you a blueprint loan or American Express, or I got you checkbook money. Either way, you already checked escrow, 25,000 bucks. Your return is up to 3,200 a month. It's 2,900 to 3,200 a month. That's what it is. So what happens? Very simple. The management company that manages that storage unit finds out you paid by a line of credit. What happens next? They pay the bill before you get your proceeds. They won't give you proceeds until the bill's paid. It's not going to happen. So then guess what you get to do is basically understand how to play the game and win. Now let's watch that happens next. So if that's a laundromat, dry clean your car wash, that's what it is. That's a division. You would not let your parent company do business because if they sued that, they would sue you. You're the only voice for the business. So what happens? Division process, your name's not on it. If I invest 50,000, it's about 5,600 a month. See, numbers never lie, only people do. I've been saying that for 50 years, so don't take offense to it. Numbers never lie, only people do. What do? 75,000. See, now we have 5 people plus me in the escrow. What happens now? That's $7,500 a month. I don't want you to be rich. I want you to be a puppet master controlling 18 divisions and your parent company, LLC, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, and all these pieces to control those 18 divisions, manage it. If you did it correctly, you're going to get 7,500 a month forever, forever. You own a piece. See, that's a true legacy, what it is. 100,000. Let's say you want to buy a Wendy's restaurant, which I do all the time. We take 9 people, 100,000 plus me, and I write my check for 100,000. See, I pay money every one of these escrows. Every escrow, I pay the money to get it started, everything else. So here's your goal. Take a picture, please. An escrow is very important to understand something today. Please, please pay attention. Okay? Escrow. I submit this, and Santos, my VP, is one of the top guys in real estate in the United States anyway. What does he do? Okay? Do you have one of these? Well, I got to put the puzzle there. So if I can do it good, medication today. Hey, I did it the first time. Fantastic. See, my eyes, I can't see out of this one at all. I'm doing my best, ladies and gentlemen. I had that allergy that just screwed me up the other day. So my whole face blew up, okay? But I'm going to fight through the pain because I made a promise to be here. Okay, that's how it works. Do you have one of these that verifies $10 million right there? I do. 10 million right there, certified by attorneys. Do you have it or not? See, when I give that to an escrow, they pay attention to me. Then I invite you into the escrow because I verified $10 million. See, that's a golden goose for you if you want. But again, it's your choice as we play this game. Our ultimate goal is to learn how to play and win the game of business. So understand that, please. So again, like I said earlier, follow me on TikTok. All right, follow, share, push the yellow button 1,000 times. Help me help other people as well as you. If you want, and when you call the office, it's simple. The office is available in about 2 hours. All right, so it's about 6 o'clock, but it's about 1:40 or whatever. So again, we only have 4:20 in the morning. So as we do these pieces, you call the office, talk to a specialist. See, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find out I'm the guy that's not full of crap. I'll show you my mansions. I'll show you the yachts. I'll show you the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and the Duffys as well. Hell, I died in that coma at 5:41 on July 5th. Died. I had to come back after one of my tax people stole 3.7 billion, rebuild it again and again. I don't have a bunch of hooey besides the truth. You could actually play the game. You like race boats? You like helicopters? You like Lamborghinis and buildings? You like yachts? Hell, let me show you. We play the right way. Duffy's to take my wife to Captain Jack's Friday or Saturday and Sunday on a date. I can't ride off the date, but I can ride off the Duffy. See, this is how it works if you want to play. I'll show you my mansions in Huntington Harbor. I don't have anything besides the truth. Lamborghinis. If you notice on the doors, it says Ray Reynolds University on the damn door. It's a marketing tool. You can have $1 million marketing tool. Hell, you can sponsor the Indy 500 if you want to. But again, it's a choice. If you like goodies, let me know because I'll line up your own goodies for you. I will take your LLC, work with you, talk to you personally, and do your 18 divisions. I will build the credit for those 18 divisions for you. I will line you up, put you in one of my escrows. All right, and then what happens, you get to play the game to win. It's up to you. Okay? Who lumped you up and no one lumped me up. I had a virus, ding dong. Okay? Okay. All right. I got 12 national kickboxing titles. I don't lose. Got it so far? Okay. Believe me, I don't lose. All right. No one do whatever you said. It's a virus, ding dong. It was basically an allergy thing. Okay. So again, mindset. If I can touch it, I can kick it. Got it so far? See it, believe it, go get it. That's how it works. If you want to play, don't have an excuse because hell, I've been in 2 comas so far. 2. One, I got to be crippled at 7 and I got to be walk again. Beg God to walk and he let me walk. Last one, I get to die in 2009. So the reality is very simple as we play this game. Keep in mind today, what I'd like you to do is get a copy of our schedule. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of my schedule for you when I'm available for you. But keep in mind, tomorrow, Saturday, we have I do something at 3:50 in the morning almost every day. And then we have basically the 7 o'clock goal setting. That's all free to every one of you. If you want to get the specialty class tomorrow about division process, it's $15. You don't pay the $15, you don't get to go. No tiki, no laundry, as they told us in Japan with our uniforms years ago. No tiki, no laundry. That's how it worked with uniforms, okay? Take a picture. You could play all day if you wanted to. But again, I'm going to tell you to do a rapid rescore. 1978, we came with rapid rescore to push scores up, create green lights to get a better interest rate in houses. That's what it is. Look at it today, mortgage company uses it all the time. A rapid rescore and rapid refresh blocks your crap, pushes your score up, lets you get additional card to reduce your debt to ratio. It'll probably take credit to fix your credit because you screwed up your credit and went past 29%. But it will remember something in credit repair, Federal Trade Commission says it's fraud. It's right there, fraud. Okay? You can look at the HR 9991. The people doing credit repair today think they get away with it because they're on TikTok. The IRS is watching. They're going to indict them all like they did Daniel at the credit repair cloud. They indicted his butt in front of his neighbors, $3 million. Go to jail. So guess what? If you want to play the right way, you listen to me and I'll teach you how to play and you're stuck with me anyway. So again, if you want to call with me, all right, you might want a 30-minute call or an hour. It's up to you with your partner of life. I will basically rebuild your past, present, and future. That's going to be up to you as well. So again, that schedule I already showed you. Every Monday, I do a private Zoom with people that have been invited because they're in coaching or going to be in coaching. That works. Phone number to office. Give them a call. No excuses. I've been shot. I've been knifed. I have no excuse. Neither do you. I moved 24 times with a lot of lousy people by the time I was 11 and a half years old. It sucks. Because my mommy threw me in a trash can. Sucks. I died that day at 5:41 on July 5th. Look it up, people. Let's understand what we get to do. We could win the game if you want to win, but it's up to you again and again. So I'm going to tell you, look in the link tree. Okay, look for winning the game of business. Costs you $20. That's what it costs. It's very simple. $20. It'll show you the Fair Lending Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act to reverse the process of bad credit. Okay, July 5th is my birthday. Fantastic. Congratulations. Mine was March 8th. Okay, and then they robbed our office 2 days later. So understand, birthdays don't always give you the goodies. Hopefully yours works out better than mine. So understand something. You see, I never had a birthday or Christmas till I got married. Never. I never got a birthday or Christmas. That big guy never came to my house. So I never got any goodies. I had to pay rent since I was 8 years old. It sucks. Okay? Ray Analytical 750 won't show Experian 2 months. What should we do? Well, first of all, find out the refresh date. Okay? All right. Renette's getting brain surgery today and tomorrow, so you can't talk to her, but you can talk to Daniela back there. Get hold of B, get hold of Valerie. Okay. Once you DM us, and we'll basically put in the link tree because maybe it needs to be refreshed. You refresh them every 30 days. Again, maybe we need to do that too. There's a button to push to refresh. So again, let's find that out. Let me screenshot that for a second because I want you to DM us. And I'll make sure that message is passed on as well. Okay. Analytical refreshes every 30 days. It's what it's supposed to do. It's usually basically a score. Okay. All right. So as we look at this, that's all we have to do. Figure out what's wrong. Now, again, there's the book to reverse bad credit. If you get into other programs, don't be surprised. We help you rebuild your credit for free because I like to rebuild credit for everybody for free as much as I can. If you want to know about personal credit, there it is, $20. It's in the link tree. All right, I would tell you to get this book for you and your kids because it's called Starting Out Right. This is rules and tools that I created in 77, 78. Spearing took it over in 96. But again, it's going to teach you every rule and tool about your credit. So again, what do? It's $9.99. That's it. So keep in mind, credit repair fraud. Be careful because if you remove your negative, you still owe the damn debt in most cases. HR 991, look it up as well. So understand something with knowledge. Knowledge is power, but I haven't found one person on TikTok as a real coach to be a real coach. They might give you little pieces of bonuses or travel or points crap. I mean, how hard is it to figure out the American Express for every 10,000 points you get $60. It pays its own self back. The lounge, I get the lounge to the American Express Gold Platinum card. I can go check in and get first class because I know how to talk to them using my card. Again, that's what we do. So again, I would tell you to get both of these books today in the link tree. Remember the schedule. Today we have at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock today, I'm doing analyzation. It's right there. The analyzation class today. That's free to everybody. It's live. Tomorrow I'll be live again to chat. Goal settings live. Specialty is done in Bradstreet, level 1, 2, and 3. These are paid classes. It costs you $15. You don't pay the $15, you don't go. $15 a month, you get all the classes for free. It's worth it, plus it's also nonprofit, and you write it off in your taxes. Let's go back to basics one more time. If you find a copy of the Fair Lending Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, you look at your birth certificate. The goal on the birth certificate is very simple. I want you to verify mommy's maiden name. I want you to have the intent in writing. So if anybody questions anything you do in the future, you have it right there in front of you. Because when you look at the SS5 form, you can make up any name you want on the form. But I tell you to use your middle name or mommy's maiden name. It says to be known card name to be known on card, full name of birth other than above. That SS5 form gave you one chance to try. But again, as long as you're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, let's give it up. That's what I would say. But the Social Security card you have in your personal wallet, it tells you your adult signed the damn thing right there. It says don't use for ID purposes. But in the late 90s, they started to do that. It's a violation of the Fair Lending Act if you don't know that. So you can process the reversal of bad credit. That doesn't get rid of the debt. If you owe the debt, you owe the debt. Don't be a crook. What happens here? Simple. If you're 18, you don't sign unless you have a job, whatever's first. Then it says don't carry with you. Then it says don't laminate. Do not laminate. That's what it says all the time. So again, what do we get to do? We compare SS5 to SS4. The SS5 form gave IRS permission to tax your paycheck. They took the tax money out of your paycheck. They gave you the leftover, and that's what they do. And you're going, what the hell? What happened to me? Well, where's my money? You thought you were going to get a $1,000 check, and they gave you 728. See, the IRS got their cut before you get the leftover. You worked your butt off. They took their cut. You get the leftover. That's how it works, unfortunately. If you compare SS5 versus SS4. See, the SS4 is a gift. I explained it to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. There's 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. I was a weird kid, ladies and gentlemen. I used to go to the library every day. I study even to this day about past, present, and future. I got to stay on top of my toes to understand the law and accounting. Numbers never lie, only people do. So look at the SS4. Why don't we say times 18? Okay? I mean, that's 18 chances to try. Again, not as an SS5, because you only get one chance. That's it. That's why you have shitty credit. Crappy credit. I know they don't like that. Okay. So what do? Line 1 says entity. Entity equals division. So let's write down entity's division. Entity's division is simple. If I want to, the person who had bankruptcy, pay attention, please. It says individual person right there. So if I'm in a bankruptcy or something's going wrong, I'm going to have a division of myself to guarantee credit for the corporation itself as well. So again, you can have double divisions if you wanted to. But again, let's do this on the board a little bit. Okay, if you quit scrolling and just pay attention a little bit. If today, let's say I have my organization, okay? My organization is basically, let's go with this color here. It's right here, okay? If I have my 18 divisions, I'm creating a line of defense, right here. This is management company. If I choose to take this right here, individual person right there, and I have 3 divisions of myself, which I'm allowed to, I'm allowed 3 of these. So let's say you have a car today. You're the registered owner of a car. Car, registered owner. That's called dumb. Sorry, when they sue you as a registered owner of a car, they sue your spouse, you just brought the pain home. It doesn't matter if the insurance is going to protect you. They're going to make sure you hire an attorney who's going to be that deposition and suck out every dollar they can. They need 5 to 25,000 retainers to solve a problem that you could walk away if you're a division. What happens? A car has registration owner, lien holder, okay, and insurance. These 3 things should be a mailbox, etc. Okay? And what I would tell you flat out is I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not the corporation. Let the registered owner be this division. Because if it's a problem, I'm going to bankrupt the piece. I'm not going to hurt my family. Got it? This line of defense saves your butt. LLC, okay? LLP, C corporation, S corporation, nonprofit corporation, or PC. These are your categories. That's all you got. Don't let the parent company do business because rich and famous people don't do that. If there was a house here, that would be a rental property. You don't put your own house in a division or corporation, you put it in irrevocable trust. If it's a Jack in the Box, you do the same thing like I did. If it's a Wendy's restaurant, there you go. Each one of these allow a different function. So I can basically do one thing if they had screwed up. If they screwed up, I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, give her the bad piece. Your cities did this in Chapter 9, bankruptcy. Your grocery stores do this. Your banks do it all the time. They bankrupt 22,000 locations last year. So if you could pay attention and learn how to play the game, you could actually win. Would you like to win the game? See, that's what it is. We do not use personal credit to run a business because that's playing dumb. You're not dumb. Okay? We get American Express cards, get a blueprint loan. That's what they call them, blueprint loans. If you log into American Express Gold or Platinum today, it says, would you like 99 cards? Would you like 99 more? See, that's kind of silly. Again, I don't like it. Ray, analytical 7, well, you already asked that question. Already got that one. I'm going to look into that when we're done. Okay? The more I'm on TikTok, I guess I'm doing customer service here too. But we'll find it out. We'll get to the bottom of it because believe me, I will not let somebody ever get hurt in my companies. Nobody screws over my clients. You understand that? I wouldn't allow it. They got a problem, they talk to me, get me on the phone. I'll challenge any attorney, CPA, any freaking day. I got recall in most things. And let me tell you, they're not ready for me. Okay? Not only did I have all these forms out there in stationery stores, I'm the one who wrote the rules and tools about personal credit and basically division process. And I invented the damn thing in the first place. So I'll play my way. I'll take on anybody. It's fun. Okay? I like to embarrass people that think they're smart. What do we do? Because I went to Kmart U? I want you to focus on that. Every division there has its own credit file. The bank sued me in 96. I sued them back and I won. Bank of America allows you 18 divisions on an account. That can be up to $2.7 million of credit. Borrow money is not taxable. So if we, now understand, you took money from your family. All of you did to start a business. I'll give you that. You took money from that. Okay. But then you're using your money to run the business. That's called dumb. Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? Yeah, I don't get it. Why would you do that to yourself? There's no reason to. When the organization LLC, LLP, C Corp, Nonprofit, PC is set up, if it has 18 divisions, each of the divisions building credit. They're entitled to their own credit file. I mean, I don't understand why you're not doing it the right way in the first place. If blank hits the fan, it's a division. It's a division. Okay, I don't want to feel the pain. I won't bring the pain onto my wife like you do you. My wife's the queen. We live in an estate. The front follows her everywhere she goes. It's like being in Oz. It's ridiculous, okay? But again, borrow money is not taxable. I've learned more in 2 weeks with you than I've ever did in my college. Thank you, Ray. Well, I appreciate the truth because it's what it is. I'll teach you more in a day than you could ever learn anyway, okay? See, God gave me the whole piece, the whole puzzle. Okay, I created millions and billions of dollars all the time. If you want to join, you play. If you don't want to join, just go away. Look at these clowns on circus. Okay, TikTok and wee 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 all the way home. Bankruptcy. I'm sorry. I watched Cities Fall Bankruptcy, Chapter 9 Bankruptcy. I tore them apart. I figured out what happened. I basically look at what? Grocery stores and banks. They bankrupt locations all the time. They don't hurt the parent company. Why do you? Why are you trying to hurt your parent company? That don't make sense. If I get a gold or platinum card, they're offering me 99 cards. Look online, damn it. They're offering you 99 freaking cards because the Fair Lending Act says they could do that. I don't want 99 cards. I want 18 maybe. Okay? But again, if you want to join classes that are paid classes, it's 15 bucks. It's all it costs, $15. Tomorrow you get goal setting for free. You get the 315 free. You get this afternoon free. But specialty, that's division. You're not getting it for free. That's going to cost you 15 bucks. But that same 15 bucks will give you level 1, 2, and 3 for the whole month. So that gives you 4 weeks of all classes for free for $15. It's simple. We're doing this through the nonprofit organization called Helping Hand Industries and also doing it for, all right, the Ray Reynolds University. It's in the write-off. It helps our outreach program is what it's going to do. Okay? So someone said, teach, baby, teach. Well, that's what it is. So here you do. You join it for Patreon. 15 bucks. That's all it is. Now let's watch. You're trying to run a business and let the parent company do business. And I'm saying, I'm sorry. Look at history. No one let their parent company do business. So your LLC should not be business. It should be a management company. But you named it after you name what it does and it does business. The only one that can sue is you. You're setting yourself to fail. And that's why 99% of companies fail all the time. If we let the corporation build itself, structure, it's not 97 now, it's 99. 99% of businesses fail because of lack of money. If we look at structure builds finance and dream right here, that's what it does. If I structure my LLC, my LLP, my C Corp, my nonprofit, my PC with 18 divisions, the division's a line of defense. A line of defense says anything goes wrong. We just understand something today, okay? If you would pay attention, I will customize your blueprint for you with you on the phone for up to an hour with your partner of life too. Let's watch this. Come on. This is a blueprint. If I don't trip on my face here today, this medication screws with my head. Sorry. Okay? Because I blew up on my face all over the place. It sucks. But that's what happens when you have a reaction to something. 3 divisions equal 300,000 a month, 30,000 a month income. Income, credit, divisions. 6 divisions, 600,000, 60,000 a month. 9 divisions, 900,000, 100,000 a month. So your parent company can create $100,000 a month income. The LLC doing business, the only one that can sue is you. If you put properties in the LLC, if they sued and got that LLC, they take the property and the LLC, but you sign for the loan of the house. You're forced into bankruptcy. You're forced into it because you're not paying a house payment, so you lost your LLC. Your LLC should become an S corp, so you're not double taxed. And on top of that, well, C corp's double tax, S or LLC's not, but they talk about that 15.3% employment tax. Get rid of the damn tax because you don't have to deal with that crap. You make things complicated. I don't like complication. I like things that make sense to me. Okay. I want to see it black and white 110%. That's just me knowing how to play the game to win. And I want to win every day. Got it so far? Every day I want to win. Now, every division gets a line of credit. Every division. So there's 9 across the board here, 9 across the board. Okay? If each one gets a credit file, why would we not buy a gas station with a store, storage unit, car wash? Okay? How about Carl's Jr.? All right, Jack in the Box or Wiener Schnitzel or whatever. All right, even Wendy's. How about an apartment complex? How about we trade stocks, silver, gold, or Bitcoin? See, borrowed money is not taxable. You could become a puppet master if you want to, but it's up to you. I have 39 million people in the Puppet Master Club. It could be houses. Over here, we're looking at husbands and wives. Because of your lack of knowledge, you didn't realize the SS5 form even exists. It's in the link tree. It's in the link tree. You should have looked at that a long time ago, but no one told you. SSN is Social Security number and a 1040 tax return. So you're getting a 1040 tax return, and they took your paycheck, they took the money out of your check before you got the leftover because we had to give them permission. Mommy did this. Your paycheck needs to be 6420 or 10,000. I don't want you to be rich. How do you get your money back from the IRS and your paycheck? House payment. It recycles the money back because you and your husband and your wife file a tax return. Again, you became one. Do not have credit that way. You separate credit all the time. Next, the car. The car you drive today is a liability. You bump a car, they sue you and your spouse. You look at the billboards on the freeway and all these bloodsucker attorneys, they're trying to sue everybody. I'm number one, I'm number one. No, okay? If it's a division, you could disconnect, isolate that division's process right here. Get rid of the piece. You see, you're trying to protect your family. That's the goal. Division process protects family. Do you not get that so far? Division process, so you don't bring the pain home. Even though I died in a damn coma 2009, I came back. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. Why the hell didn't you? What's wrong with these? These don't work? I don't get it. I'm going to guide you, hold your hand every step of the way. If there's 6 days a week, and then the bottom line is get off your, what, do it. Okay? Having service pros as a part of my name and my partner company. Am I putting a limit? Yes, you are, because service pros. Service pros is like servicing cars or something. Parent company should be neutral. XYZ Enterprise Inc. owns entities. See what happens when you do an LLC or something, you named it after you or what it does. Okay? And then all it can do is what it does. If we have a neutral name, it's a management company, and then you have division process. Each division is customized. Okay, that's how I had my 31 flavor ice cream place. It's how I had my Subway sandwiches, my Shakey's, my satellite stores, all my shopping centers and condos. I have pieces because I'm a puppet master. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. That's called dumb. Okay? Thank you for your insight, Ray. Well, I'm just going to tell you the truth. And it's unfortunately some people don't like that. Okay? Sorry. All right. So finding peace, that's what it is. That mouse pad you should get today in the link tree, just request one. All right. We usually have black, red, white, and blue. But what happens is this is your future. You focus on this and you don't stop focusing until you reach the goal. It's not hard to do if you know how to play the game. What do? Well, let's understand something. If you allow me to build the credit for you, let's watch what happens. Okay. I'm an affiliate to creditors. What does that really mean? All right. I'm going to show you 1,200 cards that we show to represent what we're doing. 1,200. I have $62 million on my dashboard. How much again? 62 million. When I use my history for you to build you credit, your credit lines are usually 10 times bigger. I show $62 million of history. When someone needs a blueprint loan, okay, blueprint loan, let's watch. Come on. See, this is what bothers me when people just blah, 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 blah. I will build you the 100,000 of credit for your organization and divisions and set it all up for you. I'll do it all. I don't want you to think too hard. I want you to just let it be done. Again, that's how it works. Let's watch what happens next. If I want an American Express blueprint loan, Fair Lending Act says they can give me 99 cards. 99. They're offering that every day, all the time. Would you like 99 cards? It's crazy, but they do. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't tell people that. But I want all 9. No, you want 18. Now watch what happens. Let's say you don't have the 30 transactions and 100,000 a month in and out of the bank account on a monthly basis. About 10% of my coaching clients that I personally coach, I allow them to let me be a CFO on their behalf. They elect me through resolution as a CFO, as attorney in fact, for only for the credit purposes at the bank or American Express. Here's my petty cash account for last month. Last month we have 261, we have 62,000, we have 44,000, we have 37,000. Last month's petty cash accounts, all right, was $402,000 petty cash. So if they get stuck, you think I can get them unstuck? Hell yes. You see, I don't like people stuck. Some of my clients get calling cards. So I'm at their beck and call when they need 10 minutes here and there because they get stuck. I will challenge anything that someone tells you what to do. Husbands and wives, write down the word and. Gee, the word and gets you in trouble. Believe it or not, A and D, A and D. See, that means you and that person have to sign something, but if one of them passes in a better spot. All right, anytime you see and on a contract, you cross it off. You initiate and you put or. You or me, you or me. Because unfortunately, these people aren't thinking. I want to plan the problem. I want to make sure I put you in an escrow. You're serious about it as I build your credit for you. Because I can verify 10 million in the escrows. 10 million. Got it so far? You could basically play with the Ray Reynolds University, me, Ray Reynolds Financial Services, which means auto income process. I'll teach you how to do it all. You do it all, we do it for you, or we do all the work 100%. What happens in coaching? You're in a 30-day coaching, okay? You're in a 60, 90, whatever you want to be in. Now, I'm pretty well sold out. We have one opening. All right, right now it's coming up. It's not here yet, but again, I'm usually 50,000 a day and 5,000 an hour. My wife calls this my hobby. So the reality is you don't have to pay this here because I'm helping people. Break down business, finance, and LLC's credit lines, joint divisions. Okay? Well, that's what it said. That was the AI. Okay? Now, watch what happens. If you put in 3 months coaching with me, I'm building you 50,000 in credit. Like I said, I'm giving you money back. At that 50,000, you're putting 25 in escrow. Proceeds are 3,200 a month after the bills are paid. Within 2.5 months, you paid yourself back what you did, and now you have an income for life. You've all taken 50,000, 100,000 in your life and pissed it away. We got to stop that. If you basically want 18 divisions, I'm going to build it for you as well. The division process line of defense. That's the goal. If we do this correctly. So if I wanted 6 months of coaching, it's 11,000 bucks. 9 months of coaching, 15,000. 20,000 for what? A year, and then you're stuck with me. That gives you up to 100,000 a month. Do you understand that? A month. So here's my schedule. Take a picture, check it out. Make sure we understand exactly. You can be online this afternoon at 2 o'clock right there. Tomorrow morning, you could be at 3:15 in the morning. I'll be online again, or every day. 7 o'clock goal setting. Specialty tomorrow's divisions, level 1, 2, and 3. These are not free. It's 15 bucks. Well, that 15 bucks will get you all the classes the whole month for 30 days. Spend you 15 bucks. It's also a write-off. If you were in a rapid rescore today, it would block your crap, push your scores up. That's all it does. It enhances the score to get you a credit card to help you reduce your debt to ratio by the next card doing balance transfer. Again, if you wanted a blueprint call with me for a half hour to an hour, it's anywhere from 500 to 1,000. If you want 10,000 credit back to you, it's 2 grand. Let me build credit. Let's reimburse your money. If you basically want to do 20% of referral fee, you can do that too. It's in the link tree. Everything's in the link tree. Check out the link tree. DM us. Share the live. Monday, I have a private group and coaching on a Zoom meeting. Again, that's what people get to do. Follow me on TikTok. How hard's that? Follow me, share the love, share the love, share the love. Tap that yellow button a million times. That's the goal. Everyone should tap that button to get stuck with me as much as they can. That's the ultimate goal. Office will be here about an hour, 15 minutes. 800-254-9506. Thank you, Chrissy. He gives me all the love. All of that stuff's great. I've been having fun on TikTok for 27 weeks. The first part, I had to get used to it. I don't like some of the things I hear. F your grandma. Sell me the water. Or you're a loser if you don't make 400,000. These people have been out there long enough. They need someone to challenge them. Okay. I mean, between lawsuits and indictments with Grant, it's crap. I think he's running a Ponzi, but that's just hopefully going to blow up in his face. So what do we do? Birth certificate, find mommy's maiden name. It's a paper trail. You already know the name. Let's do it right. What do we do from there? Okay, there's a question. I'm in rapid rescore right now. How long does that process take? Well, you stay in a rapid rescore for 90 days. I'm going to tell you to stay in a rapid rescore for the next year. But again, your score should be shooting up if you're doing what you're told. If you do what you're told. Remember, 2 o'clock today, we have analyzation class. When's the last time you've been analyzed? See, I analyze everybody personally myself. Okay? I make sure I check every file that's in this office ever. Always have. Your SS5 again today. Simple. All right, let me screenshot that as well. Make sure that we see all that so they know exactly. All right, from that comment, so we can check it out. Let's monitor that closer, maybe. So the SS5 form, that's your SSN. It says do not laminate it, don't use for ID purpose, don't carry with you. It's right there on the form. It's not even yours. All right. Most people, I haven't found one, believe in 50 years. When I say what's an SS5, they can explain it. What? SS5. So is what? What? No, no, no. We compare SS5 to SSN. Here they tax your paycheck. All right. They tax your check. SSN equals 1040 tax return. If you have a house payment, you get your money back if you had that. It's called recycling money. If we look at SS4 again, the S is 4 times 18. That's 18 lines of credit. It's 18 divisions, and they're the deduction sheet. If I get basically a line of credit, I'd like it at every division. Okay, simple. If I get ink cards, I want it at every division. Okay, that's how it works. I get American Express cards. Hell, I want the blueprint loans. Every card creates an entity, and it creates an ability to get a line of credit. We compare it times 18. Line one right there says, all right, legal name of entity, that's a division or individual person. The form allows this. By the way, if you didn't notice it, it says for banking purposes only. Right here, banking and credit purposes only. Like I said, there's 26 ways to use this, not abuse it. In the Patreon, where we're going to demonstrate each line by line by line by line for these forms as well, so you can understand more. Bottom line is, there's your future. A management company manages the piece. It's not you or your LLC. LLC should be a management company. If blanket the fam, what would you do? You have taken your personal money that's taxed on a paycheck and you basically started a business. You start a business. Then you're taking your personal money to run it. That's called dumb. Please don't do dumb. Please. You don't want to be dumb and use your personal money to run a business. Let it build its own credit. Borrow money is not taxable. Borrow money is not what? Taxable. So therefore, I can use credit to offset the taxes, and the interest rate and the credit card's a damn write-off anyway. You see, when it comes to SS4, that's the gift. The SS4 can dance and do anything you want it to do. But this doesn't get you rid of your personal debt. If you have debt, pay your damn debt. Don't be a damn crook. So what happens is very simple here. Here's bankruptcy. Look at bankruptcy code, literally, and I want you to make a decision in the near future. Are you willing to bankrupt a division or a corporation or more? Can you have more than 18 divisions? That's 1,013. You tell me the answer to that question. Okay? I also created subdivisions for my apartment complexes. I also wrote a book called Become the Bank and Tax Balancing. I've written 67 books so far. So you should check these things out and understand you're dealing with a guy that's been the coach out there for 50 plus years. Okay? Helping people just like you every step of the way, learning to play the game. It's like anything else. That bankruptcy code, like I was talking about. If I have to bankrupt anything, it's a division, not the corporate, my family. If I let the business do business, the company itself, the parent company, the LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, if it does business, they would sue that, would sue you. If your business, those pieces have divisions, that's a line of defense. You can disconnect, isolate corporation, and throw this piece away. But I don't encourage bankruptcy. I tell people to be careful because what happens is when you go to a bankruptcy attorney, he or she sells you a bankruptcy, not a banana split or a pickle. So they sell something you don't really probably need, unless you're losing your house today. From there, what do you get? The American Express card. Every one of these cards, they're offering you 99. It's online. You can see it all the time, lying on your dashboard. 99 more cards. That's crazy. Just because the Fair Lending Act says 99 doesn't have to say you have to tell people that, but they do. There's 250. You write a check to an escrow. What happens? Simple. Escrow closes, you get proceeds off the escrow forever. You don't do a damn thing besides you're an investor. All right? Simple. Winning the game of business when I was 14. So understand, Patreon, this is how you pay your 15 bucks. It's in the link tree. Pay your $15 today, now, in the link tree, today. That way they send you the ticket for tomorrow's class. Your level one's free. Okay, your 351 is free. This afternoon is free. What's going to happen is at the 9 o'clock, that's basically division class, level 1, 2, and 3. It's 15 bucks for the whole month. You get all the classes for free. It's a giveaway. We're doing this for the outreach for the nonprofit organization. I'm sitting in literally the Ray Reynolds University with the 501c3 here. All right. So again, that's a write-off to you. It's $15. Wow. For the whole month of classes. I think you might want to go to class. As my clients would say, they learn more from me than they ever learned in their life going to school and college. Again, 800 254 9506. The ability to change our lives if we choose to. I want you in an escrow. That's all I want you to do. I want you to think about schedule. All right, right there, schedule. I like you to think about rapid refresh, push your score up, get your credit score to 750 in 90 days. You're allowed to. I like you to think about a blueprint call with me of 30 minutes to an hour, or with or without credit, you decide. And also be referral based, gets up to 20%. So those are the goals. Get into an escrow because an escrow is going to save your life and give you one to do. See, I'm going to do what you've been trying to do. Work with you to give you the auto income you need to get past go 100%. Unfortunately, what you've done in the past, you brought the pain home to your family. No, no, no. I want to do a customized blueprint for you. I want us to play the game and win. I want to win the game. Structure builds finance and dream, always has. 99% of businesses fail. Don't take your parent company to do business, please. Let it own business. It's called division process, please. It's what it does. Rich and famous people don't do what you do. Okay, they don't do it. What you do is all. Someone asked a picture of this. There's your picture, because they like to do that way versus 5% on a card. Patrons, 15 bucks. Register today for tomorrow's classes. That way you get your link and your ticket. All right, that's going to be done in Bradstreet. No, done Brad's division process tomorrow. Level 1, 2, and 3. Simple. Here it is. Blueprint loan. Let's go get one. See, every credit card tends to get you a loan. Chase, cards, inks, get you lined up for checkbook money. Simple. I want the money to go into an escrow. If blank hits the fan, I'm filing bankruptcy on the division. If I have 18 divisions, if I screw up one, do I have how many left? 17. Go get another one, another one. See, the problem, you can't recycle, get a new you. You bring the pain over your family all the time. You don't need to do that. It should be a division. If I have a problem like a bankruptcy, what am I going to do? Damn. I'm going to make sure I bankrupt the division, not the corporate, my family. I don't have any intent to do fraud, but I do have the intent to protect my assets and my family. And I will compare SS5 to SS4 every damn day. Because how it works. This form got you SSN and a 1040 tax return. This form allowed them to tax your paycheck. You get the leftover. This form allows 100. This form allows 1. What's the odds on the 1, huh? What do? We build a structure. Structure, finance, and dream. That SS4 is basically universal. Entity, division, individual person. Banking and credit purposes right here. So if we understand how to play the game, we could actually win the game. That's the goal. Let's win the game. Unfortunately, no one told you about SS5 and they should have. You got your paycheck tax and you go, what happened? You went to HR and said, where's my money? The IRS got their cut, you get the leftover. Why didn't anybody tell me that? They don't tell you anything. I think they try to keep we the people as dumb as they can. Okay, and that's not fair. It's like credit repair being a fraud, but the Fair Lending Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act allows you to reverse negatives off your credit file. If you owe a debt, you still pay the damn debt. That's how it works. You got to pay your debt. That SS5 form, you got to look at it. It's in the link tree. It's in the link tree, people. You should have mastered that a long time ago. Unfortunately, you did not. Now, I want birth certificate in your hand to prove intent if you're using mommy's maiden name. Remember, come on. The top of that form in line 1 says name at birth, name you want to put on card other than above, other names you use. You could do a name change to make your credit file disappear, but that doesn't take care of your debt, so I wouldn't do that. Again, that's a choice. It's how you play this game to win. Understanding credit. So there's the schedule again. Check out the schedule, take a picture, go to the 2 o'clock this afternoon, go to the 3:15 tomorrow, 7 o'clock. If you want to go to specialty, which is done, our division class, level 1, 2, and 3, it's 15 bucks a month. There you go, $15. You get all classes. What a gift. If you want to understand personal credit, I wrote this in dedication to Harold Stokes, my mentor, my professor, and one of my attorneys and friend. Simple. It's how you start right. These are all rules and tools about personal credit. They should hand this out at schools like I do all the time for free at schools. The goal would be today, If you want to reverse the process of bad credit, do yourself a favor. Winning the credit game, you have letters for creditors and credit bureaus. You could actually rebuild your credit yourself if you want to. Don't be surprised in some of my books, you'll see basically part of the Lamborghini collection. Thum, thum, thum. 21 cars in my car collection. Silly, huh? I was bored. Consumer credit counseling. All right, consumer debt management. It's on all the credit bureaus years ago. That's how it works. I've been around a long time, people, to help people. This is my last year for coaching and what I do today, 6 days a week. Junior and senior coaches replace me next year. I'll be on a business trip. I will be taking 50 of my clients with me to do personal coaching. That way I can write them off. It's a damn business trip. Okay, I told my wife I'm going to go anywhere around the world with you. I'm going to coach some people online and have proof of everything I say. I'm going to write it all off. That's how it works. We're going to have a business trip. I like business trips. So I tell you, look in the link tree. Follow me on TikTok as much as you can. Click the link. Put the follow button on because you need to, so you know when I'm live again and again. That's the goal. Be on live again and again. All right. Call the office. Okay. Right now, in an hour. They'll be here in an hour, and that's what happens all the time. So we get the choice to play this game to win. DM us, DM us, DM us. That's what you get to do. So simple. Please don't give me excuses. I've been shot. I've been knifed. Okay, right now, literally, I can't see out of one eye. I have this thing that hit me. An effect of some medication they gave me. Said this will help this and that. Instead, it blew up my face and my ears. So, but I'm fighting through the pain to get a hold of this because I made a promise. I'll be here. And I'm always here. No matter if I had surgery one day, I was still online that day. So I don't stop. Why would I stop? I died in a coma in 2009, July 5th. Sucks. Attorney told us stole my structure of 3.7 billion. They'll rebuild it in about 6 weeks. Do you like race boats with my name on it? Would you like a helicopter? Would you like a Lamborghini in a building? Would you like a yacht? Hell, why not? How about a Duffy that takes your beautiful wife, my queen, to Captain Jack's for the weekend, Friday or Saturday? How about the mansion in the harbor? No BS in between. See, I'm the real deal, people. I'm old school, future school, and new school. So I'm going to stay in line with law and accounting to help every one of you play this game. The goal is very simple. All right, thank you, man. You put Pacific Standard Time. The building Lamborghini. Why not? Why not? Why not? So we have no choices. The choice is you listen, learn, let me do the work with you. Divisions, rebuild the credit, do the division process, hold your hand, get you auto income. I'm lining you up for an escrow, people. This is a car wash, 1,090,000. Four people got into it. Their income is 4132 a month forever. Forever. Let's just sell it. If I wanted this storage unit, here's a $7,000 and $9,000 one. See, I line these up all the time for me and my clients. If you want to get an escrow going, all right, you get in the process, you'll be one probably, the average is 6 months or less. We need 90 days of the bank accounts, we need 90 days of the credit cards and line of credit. It's important to all of us as we play this game to win. I don't know what that meant. Media chat about some logo stuff. Maybe it's advertised, I don't know. So I'm learning. So if you want some goodies, you'll let us know. There's no excuse ever, ever, ever. There's no excuses. See, I accomplished every goal I ever had. All right, I told myself if I could kick it, I could basically touch it, I can kick it. Well, that's what I did. White men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. Sorry, it's true. I broke the world record in 81, just kicking out the light at 13 feet. I have no excuses. By the way, neither do you. We all go through crap. This world, sometimes I feel like we're in hell. Okay, but again, call the office as they're giving you the phone number many, many times. Talk to a specialist, let them ask you 10 questions. Find out if you can even go to the private coaching on Monday. Most of you cannot. There's a schedule for this afternoon and two things in the morning tomorrow. The rest is $15 a month. It's a giveaway, people. So if you want a half-hour call with me, you let us know. You want an hour, you with or without credit. Simple. It's how you do it. It's right there. Take a picture. Now you're stuck with me. Everyone should be in a rapid rescore for 90 days, if not to a year, at least. Everyone in coaching stays in a rapid. I keep pushing it up. See, the credit report's pushing me and pulling me. One gentleman asked about his rapid score about not going up as much. He probably has some collections, something's hitting him. If it keeps hitting him, as it goes up, it pulls it back. It's playing the up and down show. So we have to explain it to him so he doesn't get panicky, whatever. Because if he does things on his end, as we've instructed him to do, and we do our end, scores is going to go up. Lawrence went 205 points the first time. Simple. Get in, get in a rapid rescore. It'll help you every step of the way. That would be good for everybody. Now, here's something I want you to think about today. Take your utility bills and your credit cards, make them automatic payment, auto pay. Okay. Now, on the credit cards, I want you to make an extra payment on a weekly base. It's called Fast Pay, Quick Pay. I wrote it for TRW. Spear and uses it today still. So what happens is the Isaac A report that phony dealerships make, it's crap. Go in here, opt out, 5 years or a lifetime, get off the national mailing list. That's what it's for. You're being sold and traded on the black web, people. Get off the national mailing list. Stop the mail and all the crap happening to you. But it's up to you again. If you want the Millionaires Founders Kit, it's simple. It's 12 books and CDs. I sold it at the Bonaventure for $5,000 a set for 32 years, being the second largest advertiser in California. It's $500. It's a giveaway. If again, that book's $9.99, you need that. Get it today. All right, this one's going to help you reverse the process of bad credit. If you want us to help you, our paralegal team will help you as well. $19.99 for the book, teach you what need to be done. Get in a program, paralegal will probably help you for free. What do? We play the game. There's your future right there. What did you do? 100,000 in escrow, 9,600 a month. We took it off a line of credit. Bills paid from the management company, you get the leftover. Your leftover is about 9620 if we play this game. If we put 75,000 in an escrow, what do we have? See, numbers never lie to me. I say this for 50 years. Numbers have never lied to me, only people do. So if I have a 75,000 off a line of credit in an escrow and I'm owning a storage unit or apartment complex, a piece, and I'm getting money, $7,500 for life organization, I'm not rich. Do it again and again for the parent company. Again, divisions are rich. You're a puppet master controlling your parent company, owning assets, not you having the assets in the corp or you. Because if you have it as the parent company, when they sue it, the only person they can sue is you. You're part of the lawsuit. Division process circumvents that. I invented division process, got it approved in 1984. 25,000 is 3,200 a month. Management company manages the entity, sees the leftover. That's what it works. So you could play the game to win. But I'm going to try to encourage you to let me get you the Amex cards, gold and platinum, which they're trying to offer you 99 more cards. I'm going to try to let me convince you, let me do the blueprint loan for you. It's up to 250. You don't have verification, I do. You might have to use my verification just for you. So let's understand something. Here's the 10 businesses I love. Out of all the credit cards I'm an affiliate with, all of these credit cards, 119 of them, I think they all suck but 10. There's only 10 I think are worth the damn, in my opinion. Same thing with this. Anybody can own a storage unit because it does nothing besides create a paycheck. Any dummy can be a dummy-proof business. All right, charging stations, the windmills, I've done all that, still do that. Laundromat, car wash, dry cleaner, I wrote the book 48 years ago, how to do that as well. Duplex, apartment complex, hotel to apartment, food, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, or Carl's Jr. I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19 through a corporation. Why not? It's an auto income. Gas station must have a store. That's what it needs. So if you allow me to build you the credit for the organization and the division process, we work in conjunction together. Not only am I a mentor, I'm going to be your private coach. So that way you get stuck, we unstick you. Everybody should have $100,000, up to $100,000 within 12 months or less. Why not? So you can go basically understand 18 divisions, 9 lines of credit, 9 locations. That's why it's 18. That's why the numbers never lie. Numbers are simple. Let's borrow money, not taxable. We get to play the game to win. See, I don't understand what you do for you. I'm sorry. I don't agree with what you do. I do not agree with any of you taking your money from your family to run a business ever. Okay, that makes no damn sense. All you do is hurt your family. Get a mouse pad, DM us, share the live, and what? Follow. Find out when I'm online again. Help me get to that 100,000 followers. I'm about 32,000 shy. Okay, so I need 32,000 more. I think it's about that, or maybe 38,000. Okay, so again, get a mouse pad. Help me. I want to get to the 100,000 followers right away. Simple. There's your future. Take a picture. Let me move my big fat head. It's all swollen anyway. So what the heck? Take your picture. There's your future. All right. That will build your life in the right way. You will not bring the pain home. Remember, I told you to write this down. Promise yourself something. Today, you promise yourself, I'm a puppet master in training. I own nothing in control at all. 18 divisions under my organization, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, or PC. 12 months from now, I should have up to $100,000 of income. I will have a reasonable paycheck. Paycheck is taxed from the IRS. How do I get my money back? Recycle it because I have a house payment. All right, I will do tax balancing, not tax avoidance or tax or evasion. I will never bring the pain home again. I will honor God and I will honor my family, my wife and my husband. Okay? I want you to honor them. Your wife's your queen, guys. Don't bring the pain home to your queen ever. Well, my wife's zoo follows her around all day. It's amazing what it does. So again, I'm going to tell you, we've all went through crap. Come on. Replace yourself. Stop bringing the pain home. Have 100,000 income per month. Do auto income. That's what I'd like you to do. Do whatever you want to do. That's fine too. But I'm going to tell you something flat out. It's God, family, money. It always has been for me. God is always first. He saved my life so many times. It's crazy. From there, what happened next? Simple. Family, my wife and I became one, all right, 21 years ago, and then money. I don't love money, but I like the fact that I need to know how to get millions and billions of dollars. And that's how it works. So we have some choices. Okay, choices are very simple. The phone number, we fight through the pain. We have to. Nobody wants to die in a coma. I did, and I get to come back. No one wants to be crippled at 3 years old. I was. I used my face as the brake down Delane Street in Torrance, 42 miles an hour in coma. Lucky, I was crippled, but God saved the day, and I prayed all the time for that too, to walk. Jesus is not a drive-through. Some people think he is. It's ridiculous. Why would you think Jesus is a drive-through? Oh, wait, come on. I'm used and abused as a kid. I better leave these on because it looks disgusting. This virus makes my head swell up. Actually, not a virus. It's a reaction to medication. They gave me wrong stuff. I get to sue them now, right? No. When I was, 8 years old, 7 years old at the time, everyone got all these birthdays and Christmas and all this stuff. Across the street was Bert and Bart, Ronnie and Donnie, two sets of twins. They got their bicycles for Christmas. I got nothing. That big guy never came to my house ever as a kid. First Christmas I had, her birthday was my wife gave it to me. That was it. Sucks. So the reality is I used their bike. I asked, could I borrow their bicycle? See, a bicycle is very simple because I can watch what someone does and do it as good, if not better than they can, just by watching because I have recall. And if used to freak people out, teachers would get mad at me and I'd correct them and. So the bicycle was simple. I literally went down Delane Street at 42 miles an hour. See, I watched them how to ride the bike. That was easy. I should have watched for another 5 minutes. I didn't know where the brake was. My face was the brake. It sucks. Okay? It reminds me when I tried PPD all right, and reacted with this saying was insane. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this week a little bit. So what happens is simple. I remember Joanne and Carl arguing about $20. You see, I get this tooth broken in half. My teeth went and hit the curb. It was $20 more for the porcelain. They took the silver tooth instead for 12 years. That's what I had. Kind of sucks. They didn't think I was worth $20. But again, that's just what happens when you deal with crappy people. Now, when I'm laying on the couch, their maid, her name is Dee. She's an alcoholic. She rings a bell in my face, says, you got to go pee-pee, little boy, you can't walk? Let me know, I'll take you pee-pee. It's simple. I rang the bell to go pee-pee. She never showed up. You could see her in the back here and having a cigarette at the pool. Okay, what do I do next? Well, I prayed. I rolled my body off the carpet. They have ugly orange shag carpet. So I grabbed the shag carpet and I pulled myself to the pee-pee. The whole way of going to the pee-pee, I'm begging God. I'm pleading with him. I'll help people for 50 years. I'll do whatever you want me to do. It's the only reason I'm here today, be honest with you. So again, what happens is I plead with God, if I could walk again, please let me walk. After going pee-pee, I walked back to the couch, freaked everybody out. See, God does heal if you paid attention. Well, that's what it is. I made a promise for 50 years I'd help people. This is my 50th year. That's why it's over. This will be my last year of coaching, unless it's my private coaching people when I go on a business trip. Junior and senior coaches that do all the coaching. All right. So again, I'm not going to be 6 days a week. I've done that for 50 years. I kept my promise. It's the only reason I'm here. See, I'm a loner. I'm a person that stays to myself. I go to the library, read all the time. That's it. I don't have friends. I have no friends at all. I quit having friends as a kid. Said, hell, I don't want that. All they do is use and abuse. So literally for me, okay, I'm going to help people change their lives. That's what I've done for 50 years. But for me, I'm boring. All right, library all the time. My wife is crazy as hell, and that's what she's supposed to be. So crazy and boring go together for our max. So it's a difference of the stories. We all go through crap. I've been shot 3 times. I've been knifed 6 times. It sucks. And I'm still here. My wife and I go, hey, you still here? 800-254-9506. It's in the link tree. Go to the link tree, register for classes today and tomorrow. This afternoon is free. All right, tomorrow is basically division class, goal setting free. After that, what do you do? All right, specialty classes, division, level 1, 2, and 3. It costs you $15. $15 a month. So that's what happens. No, that's not boring. Well, I find myself kind of boring and steady. That's why I named the auto income boring and steady, because that's what I want. I just stay to myself because I like me. I don't like other people. I don't like people at all. How's that? All right, at all. I don't like people. They always just use and abuse. So I stayed away from people my whole life. Now I'm having some fun on TikTok because clients, I can relate to them and tell them what to do. It's kind of fun. I get to tell you what to do, and I love that part. Again, it changes lives. That's what the goal should do, is change lives. What happened to you, my friend? Somebody jumped you. No. You keep saying the same stupid thing. Okay? All right? Your ears don't swell and your eyes at the same time. Your face gets all red being jumped. And, the day someone jumps me, sir, they'd find out my training would go into action. I'm better at that too. I have 12 national kickboxing titles. So you keep wanting to say that. All right, we should block you and say go away because you're a pain in the ass head. The difference is how it works. Okay? Difference is I'm undefeated 12 times. Kickboxing. Play my way. But that's just what I do for me. So 800-254-9506. Educational contact only, not legal, tax, and financial advice. Results may vary. So your choice to understand something today. You can get past go anytime you want to. But again, what do? You get to have some fun and play the game and win. I just want to win the game. Is that okay? If we win the game? See, it's a mindset. I broke the world record in 1981, fastest and highest kick. Okay? Undefeated 12 national kickboxing titles. Uh, I tell someone to leave me alone. I'm not the biggest guy, but I kick ass pretty good. Thank you for your service. Well, thank you for your service. All the pieces that we do. Mindset, very simple. It's how it works. See it, believe it, go get it. So do yourself a favor. All right, get the phone number, call the office, talk to a specialist. Okay, as my moderators are helping, like Mindy and all these other ones, they're great people helping me. They're actually clients too. And I love that. So again, you can actually change your life if you want to. 800-254-9506. And always remember, white men do jump. Only stupid people say we don't. Simple. Get the books. Follow me on TikTok. Get that one for $20. It'll change your life, how to understand credit backwards and remove the bad stuff in the Federal Indian Act. This one's going to be about personal credit as well for you and your kids, starting it right. There's a schedule. All you have to do is follow the schedule and you get to play with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I answered more questions. I got to check those 19 bank accounts out, all the process as well as we play this game to win. I just want you to win. Is that okay? We win? I think we should always focus exactly what we're trying to do. Every one of you with an LLC, LLP, whatever you have today, do yourself a favor, find out what you can actually do with it. You don't have to bring the pain home ever. You never had to bring the pain home. Okay? Never, never, never. Because division gives you the ability not to bring the pain home. People bring the pain home because of lack of knowledge. And I think that sucks. I was just going to copy one more question so I can check out for somebody. I don't like anybody having to wait for things. So I check 19 bank accounts. I check 36 email addresses. Okay? Those email addresses, I check them for one reason. I want to make sure everybody dropped the ball. I don't want them to drop the ball. I want them to make it work. Okay, I can't find it anywhere. I'm sure we'll see it in the DM and as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, call the office. As I gave you the phone number many times, 800-254-9506. They'll be here in about 45 minutes. Okay. So go to class 2 o'clock, go to classes tomorrow, have some fun, get to know Ray Reynolds. As one client said, he learned more from me than in college. He'll learn more in one day than he ever learned in his life anyway. And I'll even guarantee that too. So guess what? All right, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. All right, maybe the medication. What did that? Someone said? I can't pull it back down. Sorry. All right, we pray and let's understand we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Always remember at the end of the day, God loves us all. Ah. All right, you two people, call the office. Let's get to class. See what we get to do for everybody as well. All these comments, great. I love it. All right, we do our best, ladies and gentlemen. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the